Hello all, Havoc here. Let's get ready to play some Space Engineers on the Space Tinkerer server. Okay, so in this episode we are going to, we're going to do a few things. First of all, I'm going to give you a little tour. Last episode we worked with Drake to get the station set up at 0, which is right over there. So that'll be the community build area. So the way Drake wants to build this server up is basically you can have a little side project that you're building on here, but if you're building ships and stuff, he'd like you to be building at 0. So the point to that is that when you're building your ship, you're building in a community area, so you run across people more, and you get to see other people's stuff, interact with them a little bit more. So we're going to follow along with that. So we're just going to basically get our station on line 100% and go from there. So that leads me to what I've been working on in between helping out Drake with the community stuff. The last update brought oxygen farms. That's these little guys right here. It takes a substantial amount of them to produce a decent amount of oxygen. So here they are. So the last time I looked inside these tanks, there was 12.8% capacity on the tanks. So let's take a look. Control panel, tanks, 20.8. Okay, that's fantastic. So there's 22 of them, I think. There's a lot of them. They are rather expensive for... I mean, I happen to have, like, a lot of supplies just sitting around. But, they're kind of expensive. But as long as you point them at the sun, that we are right now, then they're pretty... Hey, you're not complete. What's up with that? We need a few more solar cells. We're going to kick that into gear. So, well, I think we're alright. So I did get this docked properly. It's turned. It's getting the full 4 bars of power. Let's get this up here. Getting a lot of comments from you guys on this series, as from all my series. Yeah, it's great. I'm loving all the comments. So I got this on here, just in case we do throw some ice in to give this a little bit more boost. But let's see here. Now we look for tanks. Go ahead and grab one out of here just so we can have some onboard oxygen. So next thing I would probably want to do is throw a med station down right here, so we can get energy and oxygen both. But I'm not too worried about it right now. We have a chair right here in the shadow of the beast here, like so. So I got this here, and then we found this, and I believe I can't remember. I can't remember if it was Sean or Spike. Somebody said that this looks like it's the little Kestrel. And I totally I agree with that. As it has mostly batteries on board, I threw some solar cells on here, and these two is enough to basically keep this ship running along with the batteries pretty much full time. So we don't really need a reactor on this ship, but we're going to keep it anyway. Let's see here. So these should be fully charged. They are. So we're going to turn those off. And so now we're on to battery power. Oh, hey, Havoc. Born in a barman? Close the door. Alright. So now power usage. Yeah, there it goes. So that's just on batteries. There's no reactors at all running right now. Which there is a reactor, we're just not using it. So Thing 1 had brought up in comments from yesterday's video that with the community area and Drake's base being 20,000 meters away. And the very likely event of more people joining the server, that we're going to need a runabout. This is not what I consider a runabout. This is more of a bus or a limo. You throw a bunch of people in this to go somewhere. So we're going to work on getting ourselves a small ship built. It's not going to happen in this episode, just giving you guys a little idea of what some of my plans are. Oh hey, I only turned on one battery. That's probably why. All batteries. Go ahead and recharge all of them, because we're not doing anything right now. So, I'm got a few ideas in my head on the size of the ship and its utilitarian purposes of what we plan on doing with it. So as far as the station goes, got a few things we want to do. We want to swap out all these grates for glass. I want to swap these out too. I don't like these. Let's see. I much rather prefer these. Well, not the heavy armor version, but there we go. This one and this one. I just think these look better. Especially when you have enough steel plates to finish building them. That's just when they look. Excuse the vehicle driving by. That's exceptionally loud. Wow. Let's see here. Oh, that's better. Yeah, that looks really cool. I like that. Texture looks kind of weird, but I think that looks better than that. So, wheelchair accessible, non-wheelchair accessible. ADA compliant ramps. That's what we all have to have on all our stations, because we know people in wheelchairs will be going to space. So yeah, we want to swap out, I'm not sure about these, but swap out all these ones here, and maybe even start looking, depends on how, wow, spastic. I think the gravity's just a little too light. I think we need to go to 0.3. Depending on how efficient the oxygen farm tends to be, then we might actually pipe in the station and start getting compartments in the station pressurized. I'm not quite sure how efficient these are going to be. I mean, I just went big. I really did. I started out with something about that size, and then realized that I wasn't going to get enough solar panels on it, and it just kind of grew. So it's the 4th time I believe I built this, so still need solar panels for that. Havoc, wake up. Let's go grab some solar panels. Got those ones built. Let's get over here and... Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take these one, take that one there. Alright, that's all we needed was the solar cells anyway. The rest of the solar panels are going to go onto the community station to replace all the ones that we borrowed, with big fancy air quotes. Alright, so there. That's all fixed. And that should go to 4 bars. And there we go. So we got the solar system over here attached, like I was just talking about. Got a little bit of cleanup to do here, because like this glass is cut out. There's a reactor missing, which doesn't really matter because these are all turned off, or well, they're supposed to be turned off. It's okay. Reactors. Let's turn those all off. I think these two are on, but I fed them with power, so they're supposed to be turned on. I specifically gave them a set amount of uranium. And actually, let's check and see, can we turn those off too? Yes, we can, because even with those two off, we're only using 2% of our energy. So, more than enough solar. So we'll have reactors on board when we need them. So I want to get some more light in this place too. See, a lot of these stairs to replace, which means a lot of components, because there's a lot of parts in these things. I also want to start working on some centralized storage as well, because we don't have any. We just have a bunch of little tiny containers all over the station, and I'm not down for that. I don't like having to go hunt and peck which container stuff are plugged into. So I can't tell if those are connected or not. I guess the easy way to do it would be go like this. Hide empty. That one's not. That one's not. And this, I'm pretty sure that that's it. Small cargo. Yeah, there's 2 small cargo containers. So these aren't even connected. This is the kind of things I'm talking about. So this refinery, those assemblers, and these containers aren't even connected. So yeah, that's got to get addressed. We'll probably do is end up rotating the refinery, putting it in the floor. Trying to think where we should put, if we were to move the refinery, where would we put it? Let's see here. What's this? Oh, oxygen generator, that's right. We threw this down in a frenzy, trying to get some tanks charged. And in a frenzy that did not help. So, you know, like this station here is a little bit overkill for us. So, probably remove that. Let's see. That is also, but it's right above the O2 station. Or O2 station, the life support, which I guess I can get moved anywhere. See, I like this overlook. I really do. I think this is probably one of the cooler observation points on this station, especially once this all gets swapped to glass. That'll be really awesome. And I like making this jump right here. There we go. Yeah, I'm thinking refiners are going to go over here. I think I'll put the refinery probably where that room is. Take that room is going to go away. We'll put the refineries right there, and we'll pipe through out to here so we can connect to whatever we refine. So we can dock to it, and it'll pump in. And we got these guys up here that aren't doing anything but just chilling. You guys are all going to come componentry. Just make sure, just double check in. And good, okay. Yeah, so all those will go away. We'll put a refinery system right here, probably 2 refineries and a blast furnace. And then we'll pipe it through. And yeah, we use some of the cool new sorting blocks. I think we'll bring it in probably underneath there. Underneath these stairs. Comes along, right along in here. Probably we'll have to dig this rock out right here. but we'll follow along and probably put some large cargo containers like right here, like a couple of them, some assemblers right here, another large cargo container over here. Actually, we'll bring piping down and put a large cargo container over here, because that would make more sense. Stuff comes in, goes through the loop, it gets finished up, and all our components get piped out over to here using this cool little sorting block set. Well, I've actually not used yet. I think we put a couple on the chandelier, but we didn't even really implement them. These guys right here, conveyor sorters. So yeah, we'll get these involved in the loop too. So let's see, where do we want to start at? Do you want to start with that, or do you want to start with getting some glass? Well, the glass part's kind of tedious and stuff, so I think I'll handle that off camera. So I think you guys will just magically start seeing glass appear in the station from time to time. There's something stupid comes along where I'm derping a lot because I'm cutting away top parts of the station that are supposed to be supporting the glass, like the barge. Then I'll be sure to have it recorded for you guys so you can see it. More parts, more parts. Or desyncing. Yeah, this is probably the most stable server I've played on for Space Engineers. I've only played on a handful, but none of them have played this smooth, period. So I'm really really glad that I was able to get in touch with Drake here about this. This is a pretty awesome ability to play in a multiplayer environment. Something I've been trying to work on, but just the cards just have not been being dealt out right for this to happen. But now we have the opportunity, and it's happening. Alright, so that's that. Alright, so we don't need the fanciness in here. So we're going to drop this to one door, and it's going to be that one. So yeah. Okay, so it's going to be that. Alright, we'll leave that as glass. And where do you go? You go up to the green deck, which does not need to happen. So that's going to go away. I was kind of hoping that... Oh, it didn't work. I was kind of hoping to just stand on it, and when I was done grinding on it, it would fall. Might work this time. There we go. That's what we were after. Oh. Okay, so... That was weird. So here we are talking about the server performing nicely, and then I get a bunch of desyncing problems. That's weird. Alright. So I'm going to try to keep all of our stuff in one place, so when we do have a need for something, we know to go to this container, and that's where all of our stuff's going to be. Now, it's like I always say, you know, put your toys away when you're done, and you'll know where they are for later. Alright, so we're going to kill this one too. Is there a turret up there? There is. This base was overkill on the turrets. I guess just it makes it easier or more fun for multiplayer, for PvP. Do we want to keep that? We'll keep it for now. If it doesn't work, then we can always take it back out. Do you have a hole behind you there? No. How about here? Yes, you do. So that's going to stay. So there's a few of these blocks, when you turn them down like this, that you're going to want to get to a point and stop. You want to see, it's like, okay, is this a part of the ship? Or I mean, a part of the station in a way that I can't put it there now. Because some of this is like sculpted into the asteroid. And once you take away from that, like I probably can't place this block again because of asteroid being there. So when you're taking stuff out, you gotta take a second, step back and go, can I put that block back if I wanted to? So yeah, just be a little bit more cautious when you're dealing with these styles, base stations and stuff. So I think we're gonna end up going and placing our refineries. Yeah, we are going to take those out because we're going to put 2 refineries in here. So, suit energy's running low. Okay, so we're going to go like that, and can we put a conveyor right here? And we can't, so... Okay, so that's where we'll put our conveyor system. Okay, so now we're gonna have to, man, that made a huge hole. That is way larger than I had anticipated it being. Well, that answered my question. I was like, we need to go down and see where we're gonna come out at for on this deck level. So that answered that question. So can we put... cannot put a conveyor in yet, so... Okay, I'm not right-clicking anymore, which is kind of sucks, but... let's go 5. Okay, so now we can put a conveyor in. So now we know which direction to aim the tubes. Oh, come on, let me out of here. Okay, up to the top. Just gotta get to the chair. Okay. Alright, good now. So, here's what we can do is, now that we know which direction the tube is gonna go. Man, that was a massive hole. Way larger than I wanted it to be. Okay, so we're gonna end up doing like kind of like how we did with our other space station. Is we're just going to carve a hole out. Oh, well, there's station there. That's not good. Where does that come out at? Okay. Oh, that's right where we wanted to come out. Okay. That's, I was like, where's this at? That's, yeah, that's pretty close to where we wanted it to come out, so that's awesome. Alright. Actually, you know what? We'll go underneath. Now that we're to this point, we'll put a conveyor there and put some tubes across it. So let's go to here, G, this, put this, and this. Alright, so then we'll throw a 90 on here, like so. Maybe. There it is. That's the stuff. Like so. And then we'll run it right out to the end. I thought it was right here. It's not. It's over there, over here. Alright, so that'll be like that. So, and then we'll pipe this up, and we'll actually use... Actually, I think I want to use those. I think it'll look kind of cool. It'll look different. So we'll just do like this. A little different look than using just the standard 45 blocks. There we go. There we go. Something like that. But the fun part is now we've done all this and we won't be able to weld it up. It's something for me to work on. That's no worries there. So then we will bring this up as a pipe. Let's see here. Where do we go with that? There we go, number 4. Oh, dope. Alright. Little trimming here. And actually we're going to take that out and then we're going to put a conveyor there because we want to be able to transfer to a couple refineries. So we might put a sorter block in front of that so it'll only pass ingots or ore, sorry, to that, and ingots around to there. And we'll have one tube come up to here. So yeah, we'll put, let's see, it's gonna go, take this part. So it's gonna go to a conveyor. And a sorter. Like that. So, and then another tube goes here. So what'll happen is it'll come up here and it'll get to this conveyor block and it'll say, oh, only ore can go this direction, and then everything else will go that direction. And then that's the tube that's going to go around and come up over underneath the stairs, around the loop, and over to the assembling area. And we'll do another split right before we get to the assembling area, where another tube's going to bypass the assemblers, and there'll be another sorter, just like how we did there, except for it'll only say ingots can go into there, and then that tube will bypass around and come down to our large containers that we're going to store right here. And then also all the miscellaneous will make the full entire loop and come straight into the system. So, at least in theory. That's the plan anyway. So then this will be our refinery room here. Right off of the main part of the hull, or the space station right there. Maybe we'll put a couple more taps on there or something. Or even throw a group of collectors right here, and a small little gravity well with reverse gravity. Only like a 4 or 5 block reverse gravity well in depth. Something like that's possible. So we're gonna wrap it up here today. Just gonna keep it short. I wanted to give you guys a tour and show you the kind of things I've been taking care of off camera, and some of the kind of things I want to get taken care of. And so we're going to probably, next episode, we're going to get all the piping underneath done because I'll have the refineries in place. So we're going to try to look at getting the piping underneath done that'll wrap up to here, or getting the large cargo containers in place over here. So yeah, we're going to wrap it up here for now. This is Havoc. Have fun and keep gaming.